Not hollering over nothing.
Okay.
We're gonna be able to.
All right.
Anyways, 2024 Kids Jiu-Jitsu World Championships in Fort Worth, Texas. Surprised I still have my voice.
Right.
This is Wayne Knudsen. Man, I've known him for a long time. Not just like we got to train together before, but then competed, came up through the ranks, became a ref. Nitpicks the daylights out of my refs now, but he's right. Don't get me wrong. He's got the right to do that. Open schools, creates phenomenal grapplers, and now we're here because constantly your kids are in the winning circle, right? So
they are.
A lot of history with AGF, but you've competed everywhere, done all kinds of stuff. But game recognizes game. I think you got great jiu-jitsu, but also through watching your students, you're a great teacher.
Well, thank you.
Never got to watch you teach personally.
Yeah.
But you can tell.
I appreciate
what's
that.
up.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We just believe in hard work, man. Fundamentals, just grinding and training with a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lots of situational training, lots of very specific training. You know what I mean? And of course, we go hard. We get our hard rounds in, but we're really going to have specific training every class. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by specific training? Can you break that down a little bit?
Let's say we're focusing on attacking the turtle this week, and typically we're training the same technique or the same series for 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks. But if we're doing a lot of attacking the turtle, whatever the case, we're going to do lots of specific training, starting with a power half, starting with a seatbelt, starting with one hook in, all from the turtle though. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's way before we get into any like a live full just sparring round. You know what I mean? And I really feel like just over the years of watching my white belts, they get so much better, so much quicker by doing that style of training rather than just we're doing 5 rounds at the end of class after we teach.
Yes.
You know?
And I think some of that crossover has come from the development in America with a lot of people wrestling, with the style of class that a wrestling class can be, with the situationals.
Absolutely.
And going from there. And I think that spilled over a lot into jiu-jitsu. And I think that's part of the success. Like you can see it when a kid lands a triangle, but he knows the nuances of every little, because he's been in the fight a long time.
Exactly.
Well,
that's to say, if I was to say to you, hey man, go rewire that whole breaker panel, or if I say to you, hey man, go turn that breaker off, you could probably do that, but you probably can't rewire the whole panel.
Yeah.
Same thing. If I say, hey, y'all 2 new people, y'all go roll, they're gonna look at you like, what? If I say, hey, start on the back with your hooks and your seatbelt, and just try to hold them. Hey, all you gotta do is get out of that. They could probably understand what I'm talking about. They could probably.
That's a good way to. I'm really thought about it. That's a good way.
And I normally say like, all right, if I say go replace a cam or take these 2 bolts out and here's a wrench to do it. Same, you can put it with anything. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. I'm gonna steal that, buddy.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna steal that. I like that because it really does make sense in a different way that way.
It really does.
Instead of trying to solve a whole problem right there.
Yeah, one little piece of it.
So we've had some developments in our rules this year, right? We don't allow quarter guard to be recognized as a guard, full guard recovery.
Okay.
We got high elevation point.
Yeah.
Got the tiebreaker system. We have 1 point for an advantage.
Yeah.
Or not for an advantage, but replace an advantage
Right.
for a submission attack. And feel free. I won't be offended. Do you agree, disagree? How do you like the rule changes for that so far?
I like the high point or the high takedown. I like that. As much as maybe I don't really agree with the tiebreaker thing, it does give you criteria to know. So whether you like it or not, you know what's going to win the match if it doesn't go your way.
It's literally what I just got done talking about with another guy. I was like, even if you don't disagree, you can at least know.
Yeah, or you might not like it, but you know.
What is it that you might not like?
Well, like as an example, like I had a student that pulled guard, and he had several, not enough to get a 1 point for an advantage, but he was attacking. He almost got a couple of sweeps and things like that. But since he was on bottom, the other kid didn't do nothing.
So what he's talking about, guys, is a tied match. We have like release penalties. The points that are worth more. So if you got 2 sweeps and I got 1 back, it's worth more. And then you have last to score, and then you have
0-0 deal.
The longest ride time, who's on top the longest. And I think that's probably the major thing that's debated is that went on the 0-0s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just growth moving through the
Yeah.
because we got to give it a year too. It's been 6 months.
No, for sure.
You know, like other people want to give a point for someone guard pulls. You know,
And it's still jiu-jitsu at the end of the day. You know, like is this ADCC submission wrestling or is this a jiu-jitsu tournament? So I guess that's what you have to ask or see what and it depends, like everything's leaning towards that no-gi submission wrestling style. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, I think run with it, see how it goes. I'm also not a big believer of like some of them, if you have someone's back and just because you're even like escaping the mount, I don't think you should get awarded for escapes. Like, you know, like I think you shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. But the rules are.
And I agree with that. But if my shrimp got my guard, then that would be just recovering.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But if I put another man on his back, if I sweep him, reverse him from the mount, and then hold him on his back, that's more than just escaping the mount.
No, you're right. What about, is it, let's say I have your back and you twist into me. Don't they get 2 for that as well? Because they went from
being back to
you're on the bottom.
Top.
I guess because you're on the bottom. Yeah.
If you got my back and I spin around and now you're mounted and you stayed on top, or you stayed on my back, it would be different. But you put yourself on the bottom position when you lose the back. It's a good point. It's my rule set, and I'm not perfect, and I gotta let things play out too. So I take feedback. You know how we are. We take feedback, and then we also watch it play out. You know, we have other organizations where they penalize guard pulling.
Yeah.
You have other organizations that favor guard pulling. You know, so we got to fit in somewhere as well too in terms of the market, where the market's going, and also what we believe in. But there are good points. You know, and. You know, some guys, like you said, shouldn't have been there. Some guys want to have it as just a sport jiu-jitsu tournament, and some people want to bring it back to how we used to be more self-defense based in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know?
No, again, you know the rules, adapt. You know, every tournament has its own rules. So it's just like going and competing in a different tournament. You know the rules before you go, so you should just be aware of them. And whether like that's what it is.
Your school in particular, though, when I watch your kids, they're pretty comfortable everywhere. So
yes,
I don't think you're really worried about the rule set.
No, we're not. You know, obviously we're always hunting the sub, you know what I mean? But we're very aware of how much time is left, how many points we've got.
What's the girl's name that I've been watching?
Audrina Wade.
Audrina. I made her say her name twice.
Yeah.
She's
so country.
She's caught my eye. Her jiu-jitsu is awesome. I like
She's a killer.
Quiet killers.
She's a stone cold. Just like Connor. Connor, you're not going to hear him talk, but now he's 16. But
yeah, Connor's been training me for like
long time. Damn near 10 years, and he's maybe said, 50 words to me in 10 years.
I don't even think I ask him for interviews anymore.
No,
his dad laughed at me last time. He's like, "Are you going to?" I was like, "Probably not."
No.
But some people, like I told her, I said, "Well, we just let our jiu-jitsu speak for ourselves."
Yeah, no. Audrina's one though to watch out for. She's definitely on the up and coming.
Yellow belt. How old is she?
She is 14.
14. So 14. Cruising up on the adult ranks.
Yeah,
for sure.
Obviously, she gives all the adult women in my gym a run for their money. And
Nubby walked by Dalton, and I was like, dude, she had just won. I was like, dude, she looked good. He fist bumped her. He's like, oh, she can grapple like a small dude.
No.
And I was like, that's awesome. And you have any other standouts today?
Not here. I have a new up and comer, a gray belt, Andrew. He's dedicated. Man, his parents, they're coming. I have 2 locations, one in Texarkana, one in Shreveport. They'll bring him to my Texarkana class Monday morning. He'll have me teach the homeschool kids class after that. We'll do a private lesson together after that. Then they drive him to Shreveport. He helps me teach the kids class there, does the adults class. Is right back the next day for a lunch class.
How old is this kid?
He's 14 as well.
He's
only been training for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And he's just
getting it firsthand from coach.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, no. So he's got by Tuesday, end of day Tuesday, he's 9 hours in. And if you think about jiu-jitsu, it's math. You got somebody that trains twice a week.
Yeah.
4 times a week. It's 8 hours a month. This dude's training 9 hours by the end of Tuesday.
That's my son trained 2, maximum 3 days a week sometimes. And people are like, how'd he get so good? I was like, well, it's not really days. He's doing multiple classes that whole day, the whole time. Yeah. If you put in a week in 2 days, you know what I mean? Like,
it's simple math.
Yeah, especially when kids get other sports. I try and tell the parents, I'm like, look, if you're gonna, play baseball, that's fine. Football, you're gonna run into kids that want to play the ball sports or dance, or the girls all gymnastics. I'm like, dude, just do as much as you can on one day or 2 days. Supplement with a private or an open mat or a seminar. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm all about other sports, but it's like, man, I feel like, you know, if you're not planning on going to the NFL or the NBA or the MLB, like, why waste your time? I know it's good to be on the team and learn the team side of things and stuff like that, but I feel like you can get all that with jiu-jitsu, and it's a year-round thing. There's competitions always. It breeds a good environment,
and it's
you know.
cheap.
It's cheap.
I'm sick of people saying it's expensive. Have you been to dance? Anyone out there got kids that go to dance or gymnastics?
Well, dude,
they charge you by the day, dude.
Every time I talk to a parent and I tell them I price for my kids' class, they said, well, how many days a week is that? I'm like, every day. They're like, how many classes though? I said, as many as you want. They're like, I didn't understand why they asked me that, because my daughter does gymnastics and dance, and it's like $100 a month for 1 day a week. I said, I need to up my prices.
That's cheaper than Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa's like 150 starting.
I'm like, no wonder everybody asked me that. Like, how many days a week is that? I'm like, well, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, it's just every day.
Paying $280 a month, easy, doing 2-3 days a week in a day, and then dropping. If you get on a team, you gotta drop $1,000.
You gotta buy the shit through them, and I mean, you can buy, like, I don't care if you wear my gis or wear a gi from Amazon or wear the AGF. I don't care. I'm not running a cult. You can buy whatever gi you want. You can buy one of mine. It doesn't matter. But with them, you gotta buy it from them. I don't know. It's just, you know, whatever. Yeah. Hey, it's a business. You know, I support it when I can. And my daughter likes it, so that's what we're gonna do. So.
Yeah, but she's still doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah. She still does jiu-jitsu. She's 8. Still white belt.
8, man. Last time I seen her, she was probably 3 or something.
Little
you know,
one,
2
one.
maybe.
Yeah. She's doing good. She's, you know, she's really, really technical and really, really precise with her warm-ups and her drills and things like that, but she doesn't quite have the aggression just yet. I see little snippets of it here and there. Yeah. You know, one day all it's going to compound and she's going to be
that like, too. And then really some people are like I deal with parents a lot. I don't know if they've ever asked you like, hey, how do I make my kid more aggressive? I tend to tell them, look, I'm not going to make your kid have more testosterone in him, but if I give him a bunch of information, more pieces to the puzzle, he'll be able to advance faster. Absolutely. Instead of, you know, your kid may not be the one causing nosebleeds on the playground, but they'll be able to advance a lot faster, I think, if they just get more information.
My biggest thing with the kids is just to build their confidence. That's what I've noticed, like, as far as people say, what do you do about, like, bully stuff, this and that? I was like, man, I don't really do a lot of specific self-defense, specific bullying stuff. Like, I teach my kids to have confidence, because bullies pick on people that don't have confidence. And when you walk around with confidence, you just exude yourself in a different way. And then, you know, typically they don't really get messed with anymore, or they might get messed with one more time and they handle it. And that's kind of the rap. That's kind of the rap after that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just think build their confidence and make them live their life in a different way, and like, they don't get fucked with it or messed with as much. You know what I mean? So
tell them where you're at, a website, anything that reach you, just so you guys can know. Hire this guy for a seminar. Have him come teach. He's amazing.
Man, you can hit me up on Instagram at Knudsen Jitsu. I own SMAA, it's Synergy Martial Arts Academy. We have one in Bossier City, Louisiana. We also have another one in Texarkana, Texas. You can look us up, SMAA_Jiu-Jitsu and SMAA_Texarkana. SBCJujitsu.com and TwinCityJujitsu.com. Check us out.
I'll try and put captions on there so it's spelled out for you.
Yeah. All right, brother. If you can even understand me.
There you go. It's perfect.